Hey, in today's video, we're going to do something a little fun and different. We're going to take our last two recent Will It Run snowblowers. We got this 1966 Toro Snowhound 20, and we got this 2012 Troy-Bilt 2410 Storm. We're going to put these two head to head and see how they do in this snow. I'll show you how much snow we just got here in Michigan. This is ideal snow blowing conditions. This is not the heavy wet snow. This is nice, kind of a dry powder fluff. Let's try to be up here on top of the driveway the best I can. Okay. And we got about 6.5, 7 inches probably in some places here in the driveway. So I know a lot of people out there probably going to look at this, you know, probably thinking this might be dumb as hell. But you know what? We're just going to have a little fun here, just trying to compare technology from 1966 to 2012. I mean, we got a snowblower here that's 3 to 3.5 horsepower max up against this 6 horse. And this is a 24-inch pass where that's a 20. Well, let's just have a little fun anyway here, right? And I mean, this is basically about our Will It Runs we got up and going. If you're just checking this out for the first time, I'll post a couple videos at the end of this video of when we first got this 1966 Toro and this 2012 Troy-Bilt to see where they came from to get them to this point here. So I'm going to get both of these started up here and get them warming up, and let's see how this goes. All right, let's get this showdown started. I'm going to take each one down to the end of the driveway where the gate is, and I'm going to come right up with them, and we'll see how well these things throw snow. I'm going to start out with Troy-Bilt first. The Troy-Bilt will be a little bit faster, as you can see. Well, as you can see, the 2012 Troy-Bilt 2410 Storm does really well. It doesn't lag for power. I was running right along in 3rd gear with it, and I probably could have went in 4th gear. So now let's try the 1966 Toro Snowhound 20. Now this only has 1 speed, so this is going to take a minute, so bear with us. Uh-oh. This guy doesn't like to take big swipes. little easier on it this time. Yeah. Well, as you can see, this clearly was the winner, wasn't it? Hands are cold. It's so cold out here. It's 13 degrees. So we'll get these back inside and we'll come back and talk about this. Woo! Finally got warmed up in the shop here. I tell you what, it is just brutally cold outside there. 13 degrees with the wind, and the wind chill is about 0. Whew, definitely blows right through you. But wow, what a lot of fun it was doing this video and, you know, putting these two machines head to head. Now, yeah, I already know a lot of you out there are going to be like, well, there's no way that that little Toro, this 1966 Toro, can compete with this 2012 Troy-Bilt Storm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's no way it could it? But the point of this video in the making was I wanted to show everybody how far technology has come from 1966 just to 2012. That's 46 years difference right there. And wow, it's just crazy. You know, you saw this thing here, you know, being a 6-horse, you know, walks the dog compared to this one. Now let's go back to 1966 when we didn't have this kind of technology. You know, growing up, you know, as kids, we were just happy we had something like this back then, because even as slow and even more work as it was compared to a machine like this, this was still a lot better than a snow shovel, wasn't it? Those around my age know exactly what I am talking about. But wow, yeah, putting these out there, you know, this one here, I mean, granted, we're in 6-7 inches of snow. You know, we get up maybe 10 or 12. Even something like this is going to work a little harder. But as you saw this one right here, you know, it fell on its face a couple times and it does not like to take big passes. I had to do a carburetor adjustment on it. It was a little on the rich side out there is why it kept stalling out on me. But once I leaned it out a half a turn, this was a different machine as you saw it. I could get the RPMs up. You know, it ran better, but it still would just not throw the snow like this one. I mean, the auger's a lot smaller in this one for one thing. I'm going to do a quick follow-up. These were both Will It Run machines, and this was kind of fun too. And this little shootout here is putting some Will It Run snowblowers we got head-to-head. And this one right here was kind of scary when we first got it. There'll be a link at the end of this video if you want to check out how we come to get this snowblower and what it was. There's a lot of people said there's no way this thing's gonna last and it was junk. Well, as you saw it out there in the video, this thing ran rather well. And what happened with this thing was what really made this a different animal. Once we changed the carburetor and got this thing, you know, getting the right fuel mixture it should have, what I did was I took and I drained the oil back out of this, okay? And I pulled the spark plug out of this machine and I filled this cylinder full of Marvel's Mystery Oil as much as I could get in there, and I let it sit in that cylinder for 48 hours. I come out and drained it out and put fresh oil in it, and when I started this thing out and ran it, once all the smoke cleared out of it, this thing was just a different machine. And as you see up there, you know, what I'm saying is true. Now this little machine here, you know, for 1966, you know, it is what it is. I mean, this only has one speed, well, two technically, slow and slower. But yeah, it's like I'm walking around in third gear with this one. I probably could have popped this thing up in fifth gear and it still would have been okay with a 6 or 7 inches of snow out there. But hey, I just want to take a quick moment to recognize some people out there. We have viewers from 22 different countries from around the world, and I just want to reach out to a couple of them right now. I got viewers from Russia and Romania. I just want to say hello. Thank you for watching our videos. I appreciate that very much. And I also want to recognize too all the other viewers that we have that watch our content on a week-to-week basis and turn into our stuff. I appreciate that very much. You know, that's something here at Shaw's Garage we don't take for granted. You know, to me, it's really amazing when you think about it. Of all the different countries in the world, and there's 22 of them out there, that I'm just kind of a hillbilly here in the shop. And the United States and Michigan, there's, yeah, it just blows me away. There's so many people around the world that are just able to tune in and see what we do here. And yes, thank you very much for that. We definitely take what we do here in our shop very seriously. And even though we try to mix it up sometimes and clown around and have a little fun, you know, we still take our work very seriously. So hey, y'all want a sneak peek of what our next video is going to be? I'll tell you. When I was gone away this weekend, when all this snow showed up, my friend Rick the Scrap Guy dropped these 2 lawnmowers off. I'm not sure what the heck they are, but once all this snow melts off of them, we'll soon find out. But yeah, this might be challenging. We got some Briggs engines here, and wow, look at this one right away. No oil dipstick in there, so that's going to be full of crap. That might be a good one to get running. And no spark plug in that one, so that engine's wide open. We might be doing good to get one out of these 2 running. And again, if you want to see how this Will It Run came into play on this 1966 Toro Snowhound 20, I'll also put a link up here at the end of this video. You can check that out as well. So until next time, I'm Sean Parmalee, and I look forward to seeing all of you again really soon. Take care.